Okay, everyone, hopefully this is just going to be take one of this. If not, it might be take two coming. Uh, Now, a lot of you probably watched the little message slash rant I did towards Melting Man and a few other people yesterday. Now, just like I told Sega Genesis, and I guess I should have took my own advice, perhaps in the eyes of some I misinterpreted some facts, and I apologize for that. But the point I was trying to get across, and maybe I should have just said this right off the bat before I get into the topic you see above. If you're going to rant or just talk about somebody and how you feel about them, like I told Sega Genesis 4100, who I accepted the apology about their rant, I want you people to understand that if you're going to rant and message against somebody, you have all the right to do that. But on behalf of anybody that's been in my position, if you're going to rant and everything, please get your facts straight. You know, a lot of people always accuse me of not having my facts straight sometimes, and maybe I don't. But when I do give straightforward facts about what I like or what I see or what I know or what I feel is going to happen, pretty much, you know, sometimes I can be on the money and sometimes I can be close. But anyway, when people hear the facts finally from somebody they rant or message against, they'll either accept it or they'll just ignore it. And I'm willing to accept that yesterday maybe I misinterpreted some facts, so I do apologize. But all I'm asking in return, and I'm pretty sure anybody else that's been ranted and messaged against is asking the same thing. And that is for anybody out there in the, here at the YT, in all around the World Wide Web, Internet, cyberspace, whatever you want to call it, please get your facts straight before you rant or talk about somebody. That way, when somebody responds possibly, they'll be like, yeah, you're right about this, but here, let me add on to it and correct you in some areas. So, please, next time any of you do this, get your facts straight first. That's all I'm asking. Now, to get onto the subject you see above, I know I've talked about this plenty of times, but I kind of still find it funny. And right here it says Tracy Yardley and Paul Kaminski confirm Sally Acorn's fan base. And down there you see in the description box, what it means, what I'm talking about. And like I said, the title says Tracy Yardley and Paul Kaminski confirm Sally's fan base by Fanmail. If I can fit the entire title in there, and if not, I'll just put something else that'll probably be just as good. But it's kind of funny that here you have two people that work on the comic. One is the editor-in-chief. The other who is an artist and a story writer. Could probably be the one that takes Ian Flynn's spot in the near future, should Ian Flynn ever decide to step down, which might be for a long time. But I kind of find it ironic that they would talk about this, and yet in the eyes of some fans it's like, well, if she is a very popular character, then why are you doing what you're doing? Well, I know to many fans, fellow fans out there, that I kind of am one-sided in their eyes, and maybe I am to them. But let me explain something, and I explained this months ago, even before 230 even was released, issue 230 was released. I explained that it would not be the first time that a main female character, a very popular character at that, would become a heel or temporarily become a bad guy or bad girl. Even if it's through mind control or, in Sally's case, robotization. And of course, maybe I should add to it, it wouldn't be the first time that when a female character would turn bad, that they would also have a change of outfit or a change of design. We take a look at Susan Storm, or Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four. When she became Malice, had a total different design. I mean, Lynn Cara has even talked about this in one of his top 15 videos, where he talks about the top 15 hero turned villain storylines. He's talked about this, and he's named several female villains that have had not just a change to villainy, even if it was temporary, but have also had a change of outfit to go with it. Now, to the point I'm trying to get here is, there's a lot of fans that don't like what is going on, and again, that's an understatement, no doubt about that. But yet they want to know why, if it's been confirmed by Tracy and Paul over at Archie Comics that Sally has a huge fan base, as indicated by the fan mail and the emails and stuff like that they get, why are they doing this? Well, as many people have pointed out, Ezekiel 300, Digimon 11, Miko, Miko XX, Game Boy Sage, believe it or not, Jay Foxfire would probably agree with this, Melting Man, as much as I ranted on him yesterday, and even Ian Flynn himself, among others, have said it's to create drama, it's to create suspense. You see, when Ian Flynn did 175, the 175 to 177 saga, his plan to get everybody to buy into the fact that the SatAM cast was killed off was not a success. And that pretty much they knew what was going to happen. So he decides, you know what, I need to create more effect. And that's why he did what he did with Sally and what he's doing currently with the rest of the characters. Now, you may say to yourself, well, couldn't he have done it a different way? Yeah, he could have done it a different way, but this is why he's doing what he's doing. You see, if you read between the lines of certain things, you'll notice that perhaps what he's doing, whether you want to admit it or not, to kind of back up what Tracy and Paul have said to fans about Sally having this fan base and it being huge and them getting all this fan mail and email and stuff like that about her. When you kind of read between the lines and you look at what Ian Flynn has done, basically what he's doing is he's trying to get those, in my opinion, my honest, humble opinion, he's trying to get those that probably don't like Sally right now to like her. And those that probably did like her and turned on her to like her again. That's why he's doing this. I mean, Ezekiel 300, as much as maybe I disagree with some of the things he keeps a hold on to, like the slap of 134 and the whole anti-Sonic / Scourge bunny thing and whatever, as much as I disagree with some of those things and say he's got to let go, here's the deal. He is right about one thing. He was right when, depending on how you look at it, he was right that perhaps in many fans' eyes like his, and I will agree with this, Ian Flynn had Sally redeem herself in 230. Now, again though, Ezekiel 300, like I said, despite how I disagree with some of the things, does have a point. And by having her do what she did in redeeming herself, which I admit was a good thing, even though the result wasn't exactly what myself and some other fans would like. The truth is, that was the first step if, like I said, when you read between the lines, of Ian Flynn trying to get those that didn't like Sally to like her, and those that did and turned against her to like her again. That's the first step. The question is, that everybody has, is will it be a successful step-by-step deal to get her back? You know, a lot of fans may not like, some fans may not like, hearing that Sally is going to be back eventually. We just don't know when or where, what the time frame of that's going to be. But I'm pretty sure they don't, but I'm pretty sure there are some out there, and they have a right, because, everybody has a right to like something and dislike something. But I'm pretty sure they don't like the fact of hearing that Paul and Tracy are saying that she's got all this fan mail and email coming in of support for her character. I'm pretty sure they don't like it. But you know what? And I know I've talked about this before. The reason Sally, if you want to believe what they say, because sometimes head writers and editors, well, not head writers, but artists and co-writers and editors can sometimes say things to throw people off. But if you want to back up what they're saying in another way, take a look at several of the Sonic websites out there. Sonic Stadium, Sega Forums, Satayam Sonic, Saturday Morning Sonic, the Not Whole Village Mobius Forum, and even Bumble King, I'm pretty sure, have, all these message boards that they have, all these sites, they have artistic basically they have, I guess I'm trying to think, they have basically a section for fan art and fan fiction stories. And in this fan art and fan fiction stories, you see a lot of Sally fan art popping up. Now, true, a lot of it's been there for years. There's no doubt about that. But in recent months, in the recent, I guess you could say almost 7 issues now, you've been seeing a lot more pop up. Now, I'm not saying there isn't fan art, like I've mentioned before in a couple of other videos. I'm not saying that there isn't fan art of her in her mechanized form, because believe me, there is. In fact, I read in one of the Sega forums that, some people have actually upgraded, amplified her mechanized, weaponized form to almost like Gundam status. Yeah, I know that may not sit well with some people hearing that, but that's from what I understand. But a majority of the fan art is of her as she was, or as fans interpretate what she could look like after it's all said and done. Some fans have interpreted that she'll kind of have like a blue outfit now, basically finally being fully clothed and have like a Sega-style hairdo. Some have said that she'll be back to her normal self again, except she'll just, for like maybe after the restoration, just wear the blue outfit temporarily and then go back to the vest and boots. So on and so forth. But yet, you see a lot of that fan art of her in her original design, and whether, like I said, it's modified with, say, a blue outfit and Sega-style hairdo, or just as she was, or just her regular, hairstyle and face and the blue outfit and whatever. Or like I said, her original design, vest and boots. You see that, but you also see other versions of her too. You see fans drawing her as different characters. Like there's some characters, some fans have drawn her as Chun-Li from Street Fighter, or Sararuki, or whatever her name is from Naruto. Naruto, I guess. I can't pronounce it. And a few others. Heck, Jay Foxfire, who's one of the best fan artists out there, has even drawn her in Sonic in a parody poster from Step Up, from the movie Step Up. So, you got all that. You got all those fan bases. Heck, even the controversial, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, but the controversial PAL Comics has even drawn her the way she originally was, from what people have said. And the people that I understand have drawn her at this controversial PAL comics, from what I have seen, from what people have shared with me, you know, these artists look like they could actually do good animation with her. If they wanted to do a cartoon series, like a new Saturday morning cartoon series, you want good animators? There you go. You want new comic book artists for Archie Comics? There you go. That's how good these people are. And again, I know they're very controversial for some of the artwork they do. But from what people have shown me, if a controversial, well-known comic series or parody comic franchise or whatever you want to call them is willing to draw her in her original design, you know, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? That tells you that her fan base is still out there. I mean, easily, there's a lot of people that when they submit to places like PAL Comics, they submit their ideas, and if they have to pay a few bucks here and there to have them drawn into web comics and stuff like that. But if people are willing to, I mean, people could easily have places like PAL Comics or Fox Night Comics or whatever you want to call them, or even maybe some people that do comics of DeviantArt. They could easily say, hey, can you do a comic with Sally in her mecha form? They could easily do that, but they have yet to do it. Because the majority of what I have seen through sites like the controversial PAL Comics is Sally in her original Saturday AM Archie Comics design, which proves to be her more popular and original design. And that, if you want to look at it and believe a word that Tracy Yardley and Paul Kaminski says, backs up the fact that she has a very popular fan base and that she has huge fan support. And fans want to see her back to normal. So, so again, the only question is, do you believe them? I mean, I know Tracy Yardley and I know Paul Kaminski, they have to throw the curveball. They have to throw the curveball, just like Ian Flynn, just like any comic book writer has to. They have to throw that curveball to get people to think one thing and then all of a sudden not see another one, not see something else coming. So, to me, I think in all honesty, just my honest opinion, that is exactly why, you know, Tracy Yardley and Paul Kaminski say that Sally's fan base is backed up by Fanmail. So, that's all I'm going to say on it. If you got any comments, video response, let me know down below. Comment if you like. But yeah, you know, let me know what you think. You know, if you want to just comment with text, that's fine. If you want to do a video response, like I mentioned, go ahead. But to me, like I said, you know, if what Paul and Tracy are saying is true, and they're not trying to throw us off, then obviously what some fans don't want, they're going to get. Because again, this all goes back to the fact that, exactly like Ezekiel 300 said, whether we agree with him or not, whether we agree with the result afterwards or not, Ezekiel 300 does have a point that Ian Flynn, when you look at it, did redeem Sally's character by having her do what she did, because in the eyes of Ezekiel and many others, her character was tarnished when Ken Penders and Carl Bowles was on board. Despite the fact that a lot of people have said, hey look, let that go, that's in the past, Ken and Carl are gone, let it go. But again, he does have a point. So, as much as we may not agree with some of the things he says and does. So, but with that being the case, that to me, along with what Tracy and Paul have said, indicates to me that Ian is doing a step-by-step deal by trying to get people that may be against Sally's character to end up liking her in the end when it's all said and done, and those that did like her and ended up turning against her character to probably like her again, and that along with probably the support of all the fan art that I've talked about and even fan fiction stories could be an indication that her fan base is still out there. That the fan base that she has is still large and in charge, and that's what Tracy and Paul are going by. So let me know down below what you think. Comment if you like. Again, video response if you want to. I'll talk to y'all later. Hopefully this will be only one take, and I don't have to retake it again.